This is a continuation of our lesson 3, Understanding Major Scale, and right now we are specifically be talking about how to find your root note in your guitar. There is a way on how to find your root note easily by using your chords and also of course by memorizing it. It is only by familiarity that you get used to it and you can easily think of where is your root note, where is the first note of your chord. In the case of our E chord formation like F or G or F sharp or A or whatever the E chord formation, you can spot 3 position in your guitar, 3 root note position in your guitar, the 6th string, the 4th string, and the 1st string. These are all root note or the first note in F or in the E chord formation. This is F over here, this is F over here, and this is F over here. You see in the chart, you can see all of the red dots that you can find there. That is your root note or the first note of your chord F. Say for example, you are on G, then your root note, the note G that you can find in this chord, the same with the F. In the E chord formation, it is the 6th string, the 4th string, and the 1st string. These are all G. By knowing this root note or the first note of your chord, then you can begin to make your major scale out of those chords that you use. And you see, you end up in the next root note of your G over here. And so you can begin from here also. This note over here is the same with this note over here. They are the same sound. That's how you can find in the E chord formation. Say for example, you are using an A chord formation like the C, like this, or B flat, or B, or D. These are all A chord formation. How can you find your root note with this chord? In this chord formation, you can find your root note on the 5th string and also the 3rd string. These are all your root note that you can find in the A chord formation. In the case of C, this is your C over here and this is your C over here. You see that? This is Do and this is Do. These are your 2 root notes. You can also find more by using another chord formation. Like say for example, you are using the chord formation of D. The triad chord of your E is over here, and the triad chord of your F is here. This is G, this is A, this is a chord formation of D. And how can you find your root note in this chord formation? It is very easy. Your root note in this chord formation is found on the 2nd string. This is your root note over here. We already know earlier that our root note position of G in the E chord formation is this one and this one, 6th string and the 5th string, and also the 1st string. You can also extend finding the root note of your G by using the D chord formation. Your G in the D chord formation is over here on the 7th note. Since you know that in the D chord formation, your root note is found on the 2nd string, then if this is your G over here, your root note, next note for your G is over here. This is your root note for your G in the D chord position. And for your A is over here. For your E is over here. For your F is over here. That's how you can find your root note position in the D chord formation. What about in the C chord formation? Your C chord formation is like this. Then where is your root note? Your root note is the 5th string and also the 2nd string. These are your root note for the C chord formation. Say for example, you are using capo and you use the C chord formation for your E. So, I have a capo over here, and so in order for you to have a C chord formation for the E chord, then you need to put your capo in the 4th string over here. And then you make your C chord formation for your E. Then it will be like this. Now this is your E chord. in the C chord formation. This is the root note of your E over here, first in the 5th string and in the 2nd string. These are E. How about the open G chord like this? How can you find your root note in this chord? The same with the E chord formation. Your root note can be found on the 6th string and the 1st string. And additional for this open G chord formation, you have your root note in the open string, the 3rd string. This is also your G. So this is G, and this is G. And for example, you want to make A in the G chord formation, so you need your capo, and you put your capo in the 2nd fret. And then you make your A chord by using the G chord formation. This is your A over here. And you know now that the root note of your A is in the 6th string, the 1st string, and the 3rd string. These are your A. And that's how you can find your root notes easily by using your chords. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoy and you learn from this lesson, and see you in our next video.